Hey there, and welcome back to the Stronger Than Autoimmune podcast, from Boardroom to Breakroom. I'm Desiree, and I'm so glad you're here today because we're going to be talking about something very, very special that is more important than any supplement or meal plan. It's your support network. Now, I know what you're thinking, support network. Why would I need that? Because it's way more than those awkward icebreakers or the trust falls. It is actually finding your tribe. The people who get it when you say, I am too tired and I'm tired of being tired and I have to cancel plans again for the third time. Because doing this autoimmune journey isn't about doing it alone. It really is about finding your people without competition, comparison, or guilt. So let's dive in. Let's start with the elephant in the room, or the elephant you're avoiding in the room. If you're managing an autoimmune condition while working full time and have a family, or you don't even have to be working, you could just be surviving. And there's a good chance, no matter what you're doing, professional, non professional, you feel isolated. Let's all be real. Maybe you don't want to talk about your symptoms to people at work. Maybe you don't want to talk about it to your partner or your family because you're worried that people just won't get it, or they'll see you as weak or unreliable. Maybe your friends don't understand why you can't just power through like you used to. Or maybe you're the only person in your circle dealing with chronic health issues. And you feel like you're speaking a different language with everybody. Here is what research tells us: social isolation and loneliness significantly impact both mental and physical health outcomes for people with chronic conditions. A 2023 study published in the Journal of Behavioral Medicine found that people with autoimmune diseases who reported high levels of social isolation had increased inflammation markers and worse symptom management compared to those with strong social connections. Think about it like this: when you are alone, you don't feel validated. When you feel validated, that brings community. You don't feel alone with your own health challenges. And it's not just nice to have, it's essential. When you're isolated, every symptom feels bigger, every setback feels more defeating, every decision feels overwhelming. But when you have people that understand you, you're suddenly not alone in the dark. So, how do you actually find your people? Let's break it down into three categories: online communities, local groups, and workplace allies. Online communities. The internet has made it possible to connect with people all over, even share your specific diagnosis. So check out platforms: Health Unlocked, Inspire, and then diagnosis specific Facebook groups can be incredibly valuable. Look for communities that focus on solutions and support, not just venting, because that could be exhausting. You want spaces that help share what's working, ask thoughtful questions, and lift each other up. Be mindful of online spaces that promote unproven treatments, promote fear. Stick with communities that encourage working with your healthcare team, not against them. Number two, check local groups. Check with your local hospital, community centers for in-person local groups. I know what you're thinking. You don't want to have to drive anywhere. I get you. There are also groups that meet online, like the Arthritis Foundation, Lupus Foundation of America, and other disease-specific organizations that host local chapters. There's something powerful about connecting in person. If you can't find a group specific to your condition, consider a broader chronic illness support group. This is still going to help and give you common ground, even if the diagnoses differ. Third one, this is the tricky one: workplace allies. I want to be really clear here. You don't owe anyone at work details about your health, but finding one trusted colleague who knows you're managing a chronic illness can make a huge difference. This might be somebody else with a chronic condition, or someone who's a caregiver, or just someone who has exceptional emotional intelligence. So, this is something that I want to bring up: being supportive without becoming a therapist. This is when we talk about boundaries, because I know many of you are listening are natural givers. You're the one that everybody talks to when they have problems, and that's beautiful. But when you're managing your own health challenges, it can be very draining. Being part of a support network doesn't mean you become someone else's therapist. Think of it like Spotify playlists circa 2010. When collaborative playlists were a big thing, everybody could add songs, but then one person adds like 40 sad breakup songs in a row. It's a little exhausting and sad. That's what happens when support becomes one directional. Here's how to maintain healthy boundaries. First, it's okay to say, I don't have the capacity for this right now. You can be empathetic and still protect your energy. Second, redirect people to the appropriate resources. If a colleague or friend is someone in the support group is struggling, direct them to the appropriate resource, something that helped you. Third, notice when you're giving more than receiving. Healthy relationships have a flow of both directions. If you're always the supporter and never the supported, that community is not working for you. That's depletion. Now, let's talk about something that does not get discussed enough: how to build professional networks when chronic illness is part of your reality. The old school way of networking, fake it until you make it, where you hide anything that might be perceived as weakness, that doesn't work. But here's what I learned: authenticity is actually your competitive advantage. According to research from the Center of Talent Innovation, employees who feel they can bring their whole selves to work, including health challenges, are 42% less likely to say they intend to leave their company within a year. Authenticity creates loyalty both in ourselves and others. This doesn't mean oversharing in the break room or leading with your diagnosis in every conversation. It means finding ways to be genuine about your experience when it's relevant and appropriate. For example, if you're part of a women's leadership network, you might share how managing a chronic condition has taught you resilience and time management. And the beautiful thing, when you're authentic about your experience, you give permission to others to do the same. The key is finding the right balance. I want to talk about one action step for you this week. I want you to reach out to one person who might understand your journey. Just one. Sending a direct message to someone, either an online support group, to someone who resonates with you, maybe texting a friend, a family member you've been meaning to connect to more often and more deeply, reaching out to a colleague who mentioned they have a chronic condition also. Just keep it simple. You could say something like, hey, I've been thinking about connecting more with people who understand what it's like to manage a health condition or a health challenge. Would you be willing to grab coffee or just text occasionally? And that's it. One message, one connection, one step towards building the support you deserve. Now, here is your weekly challenge. Offer support to someone else this week. Notice I did not say fix their problem. I say offer support. Maybe that's sending an article to someone who's newly diagnosed. Maybe it's simply texting, thinking of you. Maybe it's sharing your favorite heating pad recommendation. A small gesture creates connection, and connection creates community. And before we wrap up, I want to tell you about something that I enjoy that I started. It is a free community called the Stronger Through Art Autoimmune Circle. Every first Saturday of the month, we'll gather virtually and create art together. And why art? Because studies show creative expression reduces cortisol, lowers inflammation, and helps regulate the immune system, found in the frontiers of psychology. Community does this, and so does art. So together, we're going to be doing really good for our bodies. You don't have to be artistic, no judgment, no sales pitch, just creation. Our next circle will be November 1st. Before we wrap up, here are 2 bonus tools to help you. The first one is an energy mapping journal. You're going to track your energy on your calendar, note when you feel social, note when you need rest, and try to plan connection moments when your energy is up. Number 2, community anchor list. Write down 3 names, people or groups you can reach out to when you're struggling. Seeing that list will help remind your brain, I am supported and I belong. So these tools will help calm down your nervous system and be able to create trust and connection again. That's what I have for you this week. And next Monday, we'll be talking about something we'll all need this time of year: how to enjoy holiday treats without guilt. Going at it alone isn't strength, it's exhaustion. You are never meant to do this alone. Until next time, be stronger than autoimmune.